Coffee Club. All right, folks, here we go with the Coffee Club on a Friday morning, the 21st day of February. Where's time gone? Josh, you ready for Coffee Club this morning?
Ready.
Yeah?
On this nice summer day, we're gonna see a legit 50-degree swing.
Balmy 3 degrees below zero right now. After a week when we saw, what was the worst? 32?
32.
32 degrees below zero. The temperature.
In the state, it was 37.
Oh, my goodness.
Negative 37.
And McCook was like 3 degrees away from breaking all-time records.
2.
Oh, 2?
2 degrees, yeah. So
2
back
degrees?
in 1933.
Oh, man. We didn't even have trees back then. Let's go. It is time for Coffee Club. Got some great guests in studio today. Shane Sis and Ben Anderson from Edgewater Insurance. They are joining us. Kind of excited to have them in here. Were you guys here last year, was it?
Oh, it's been a while. I can't remember. Do you remember, Ben?
Yeah. Last year, somewhere in there.
We know we've done it.
Okay, right.
What date? Hey.
Yeah. So we're going to talk with these guys about some things going on here in the spring, especially in the insurance world. I know it's a challenge sometimes, but they're going to bring a little clarity to us, which is nice. Also, Caitlin Whitehead and Michelle Irvin from CASA. More pronounced CASA than, right?
It's CASA, yes.
Yeah, and court-appointed special advocate.
Yes.
All right, so you guys got a taco fundraiser coming up, right?
Taco bingo fundraiser.
Yeah.
Tonight. Yes.
And so we'll talk about that. And then we have Sarah Schneider. She's in the cozy chairs back there. And you're going to talk about a new app that McCook has. So, wow, we got a fun show. Let's start here with Shane and Ben. So, Edgewater Insurance. You guys are in 2 different offices, right?
Yes. I live in office out of Benkelman, but I kind of canvass the western part of the agency, and Ben takes care of everything here in McCook.
Yeah. So what are some of the big things this time of year for you guys?
Well, right now, we're in the heart of getting ready for sales closing season for multi-peril crop insurance for corn, soybeans, grain sorghum, popcorn, all the spring-seeded crops in this region. Sales closing date is March 17th. It's 2 days later than normal because I believe the 15th of March falls on a Saturday, so they'll extend it to the following Monday. But with that, that's the time when you've got to report changes. Like if you've picked up ground in other counties, if you have share arrangements that we need to talk about later at acreage report, it's always good to talk about those things now, lay the groundwork so that everything's put together in that time frame coming up here on March 17th. So that's the big thing in our world. And this year you're hearing a lot about supplemental coverage option, SCO, and enhanced coverage option, ECO. Those are additional products you can put on over the top of your multi-peril to give you more coverage. It's something to talk about, something to look about. So if you're interested in that, you can contact Ben or myself, and we'd be glad to walk you through what that looks like. Also, farmers need to know that their ARC and PLC decisions are coming up at FSA. A lot of times they ask us about that too. We can give you some general information, but that's really an FSA question, but we can help you muddle through that. Deadline for that is actually extended this year till, I believe, April 15th on that at FSA. But I do know those people at FSA would like you to make your decision prior to that because they're going to get bogged down with other programs and other deadlines that they have as well.
I got to be completely honest with you. There's a lot of letters in there, and I'm hoping.
You know what? The crop insurance world loves their acronyms.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got into insurance and I took the crop insurance test, that's all it was, just pages of like AC, RC. And I'm like, what does all this mean? And that's all it is just acronyms for different things. So
I'm going to show my ignorance here, but farmers know what all those mean too?
For the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, they do. And it's a lingo that we do speak. And if you're not involved in the industry or you're not directly involved in it, we get the 1,000-yard stare sometimes. And I'm sorry for throwing all the acronyms out, but the people that are listening that know what they are, they know.
Yep.
Long and short, the idea of insurance is we just, especially around here, don't know what the weather's going to do.
No.
We don't know how much rain we're going to get.
Yep.
We don't know if we're going to just sizzle and fry the plants.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, this is an answer I give a lot of times. A lot of times, guys and families want to ask us, "Well, what do you think? What should we do?" And my answer always is, "We'll know what we should have done when we put the combine away," because we know the answer then.
Yeah.
But you've got to be prepared for everything. And I tell you what, these farmers and ranchers, just this last week, these poor cattlemen that are out there working in the middle of calving season. I mean, some of these guys I've talked to look like they're surviving on coffee.
Yep.
And these are long, tough hours. And there's another acronym product out there called LRP, Livestock Risk Protection, that is a price component, and that's a very popular product. And if you cattlemen and ranchers aren't looking into that, you should be. You can talk to Ben or myself about that as well. But Jesse, back to your question, this decision-making time at sales closing is critical. It is the time you can look at what your options are. Guys are always wanting to know what the current prices are. So last night at the end of close, setting up for the multi-peril prices, corn is at $4.71, soybeans are $10.57, Milo is at $4.73. So those are some prices that were locked in as of yesterday. We got a few trading days left in the month, but by March 1st, we'll know what those exact prices are. And then you can really get into quoting. If people really like to get down to the exact numbers, we'll have that for them and can quote and give. Instead of right now, it's kind of generalities, but after the 1st of March, it'll be exact numbers. But it is time to look at that and make decisions.
So, Ben, for you, this is for both of you guys, but Ben, what does it look like? I mean, if you got somebody that's not a customer of yours, how does that process start?
If they're new to crop insurance completely, we kind of sit down and look at, are they new to insurance as a whole, or have they had insurance? If they currently have insurance, we can look at, different coverages for them, different companies for them. If they're new to it, we always just take a look at what acres they're planning on planting, the coverages that we might recommend, compared to what either they or their bank wants to protect, that underlying number that they want to look at. And then, like Shane said, we can supplement it with SCO, ECO, crop hail. There's a bunch of different options that we can supplement in addition to the multi-peril.
Yeah. I know Edgewater Insurance as a whole, you find them a lot across Nebraska. We got a couple offices out here too.
Yep, absolutely. 16 total locations, 14 across the great state of Nebraska, 2 in Kansas. And we range all the way from Omaha all the way through Benkelman, and there really isn't anything we can't insure or don't have a market for. The marketplace is tough right now. It's a hard market. Everybody's prices are up. We know that. We do our best to give options and to look at what else may be available. But sometimes the best thing is looking at a deductible change or other endorsements within a policy, because if you chase premium, you might find that you don't have the same coverage you had before, and whatever savings you find up front, you might lose at claims time.
That's why you got to have people to help you.
Yeah, we're going to be honest with you. I mean, if we can help you, we will. And if the best answer is to stay put, we'll tell you that too.
All right. Shane, Ben, appreciate you guys. That is Edgewater Insurance. You can get a hold of them here in McCook and Benkelman specifically. So let's talk about the Taco Bingo. This, Josh, you were really excited when you found out about this.
I was just scrolling through Facebook, and I'm just like, bingo. That's like two of my favorite things.
Right.
That's what I feel like I'm like 90s, because I'm like, ooh, bingo,
So
I'm just like a one marker like stamp away from retirement.
Yeah.
Blackout. So, CASA, court-appointed special advocate. Let's talk about that first. What is it for people that don't know?
Yes, so another acronym for everyone. So CASA is Court Appointed Special Advocates. We cover the 7 counties here in Southwest Nebraska. And what that is when children are removed from their home because of abuse or neglect, they're given a CASA advocate, and that advocate sticks with them through the length of the case. I think what a lot of people don't know is that these court cases sometimes can last years. And so that advocate is on the case, not just a month or 6 months. Sometimes it's 3 years. I have one volunteer that's been on a case for almost 4 or 5 years. So the child is in, children can, let me back up and say this better. The reason that we're created is so that kids don't just linger in the system and get lost through the cracks, right? So we're there to provide a voice for that child in the court system to make sure that that doesn't happen and that they're not forgotten in the court system. So we're there to ask the questions to all of the case professionals and say, this child needs this service. How come this isn't happening? And can we provide this for the child? All the cases are different. And we advocate for about 45 to 50 children a year in our area. So I have 16 volunteers that cover those 7 counties. And if anyone ever wondered how big those 7 counties are that are down here in Southwest Nebraska, it's the size of Connecticut. So landmass wise, it's a huge coverage area. Population wise, not so much. But our volunteers, the 16 volunteers that do advocate for these kids, drive all over the state to attend court hearings, visit the child. We are required to visit the child once a month. And so those volunteers are sometimes doing more visits. They're visiting them at school, like I said, attending court hearings, going to the homes. And talking to all those people in the child's life.
Let's talk about funding a little bit. Where do you receive your funding? I know the fundraiser for the Taco Bingo is going to help, but that can't be all of it, right?
It's not all of it. Donations are a huge part of what keeps us running. We are lucky enough to receive a federal grant, but as everyone knows, those get paused. So that's fun when a big grant of yours gets paused. But we do get funding from supporters, donations. We apply for grants all the time, and it's just it takes a village to keep us running, and we just really appreciate it. So.
And Taco Bingo.
And Taco Bingo.
Yeah, talk about Taco Bingo.
That's coming up tonight, right?
That is tonight, yes. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have Soraya, who is going to be our bingo caller. She did a great job last year. This is a family-friendly event, so we want everybody to come with their kids and bring grandparents, parents, everybody. It'll be $10 for 10 games of bingo, and then $10 for tacos or nachos, drinks, and dessert. So I think $20.
Where is this taking place?
It's going to be at the Red Willow Community Fairgrounds. Am I saying that?
Yep.
No.
Community building.
Red Willow County Fairgrounds Community Building.
Nice.
Sorry.
So that is taking place. It is tonight. Doors open at 5.
Yes.
$10 for tacos. $10 for the bingo cards, and should be a great night.
Yes.
I love it. It's very fun. Josh, you want to talk a little bit about the new app that McCook has?
Yeah, so this is one of Sarah's kind of babies right now for the chamber, and I think it's all going to start playing a big role when you start talking about what does McCook and Southwest Nebraska have, and it's Explore McCook, but we're looking at a huge push to our economic here in the next 5 years with the ballpark, and to just showcase everybody what McCook has when they come here. It's easy to download an app and have everything right at your fingertips, and so that's the whole Explore McCook. And Sarah, she can go into greater detail. You've been working on this for several months?
Since November.
Yeah.
So each when you open the app, the menu items are called communities. And so just even sitting in this room listening to everyone and all the resources that we have in this room, I was trying to think of a better way to connect the residents and visitors to what's going on and what we have to offer in McCook. So each community has something important. So Welcome to McCook will have more of your resources, businesses listed like banking, marketing, photographers. I really want to, and construction. So if anybody is a handyman, send me an email, or you can go on there and list your business too, and I'll get notification of that. The little M's next to the title of the businesses, that means that they're chamber members. And so they get a little bit more information like website, social media, hours they're open. If any of our members see anything that they need to change or they would like to add, just reach out to me. And then the second community is the calendar and job board. I just looked this morning and we're close to, I think we're 4 away from 400 or actually 500 people who've downloaded the app. So it's taken off. So it's fun to see the numbers, but the categories that are getting hit the most are the job board and the community calendar. And so with the job board, if you're a chamber member, you just go on to your account on our website and log in through Growth Zone, list your job. It's that easy. I'll get notification, approve it, and within 15 minutes, it'll show up on the app. So every 15 minutes, the calendar and the job board updates. The calendar is free to anyone. You don't have to be a chamber member. Just go on our website, add a community event, because that's really what, if you want to get out, you're tired of being locked up in the house when it's cold, like Taco Bingo will be listed. I have the school activity calendar listed, so you don't have to surf through websites. I have the fairgrounds, the Kiplinger, and the Alice Arena listed. We do share the app with tourism. And so Carol has listed the Prairie Chicken tours are going to be starting here soon. And then the other communities, you have the Eat and Shop. So Eat's listed first and then Shop. What's really cool is on Wednesday, I was getting ready to order some pizza and I just clicked on my app and went to Citadeli and clicked order online and did everything through the app. When I have people call the chamber office anymore to look at information, I actually just pull up my app rather than searching Google because I know where to look. So it's a little bit easier to use. And then we have the Play and Stay. One of the things that the McCook Community Foundation with tourism just started is the walking tour in McCook. And so you have to download another app, but that's listed under historical sites and you just can walk through town and listen to the stories with each building. It's free. It takes about an hour, but that's on the app. So it's just all of these resources that'll be at your fingertips and it's really handy to use. We are allowed 5 communities, and so when we get closer to like Buffalo Commons Storytelling Festival, the Bash Cruise Show, Prairie Casa, Plains Casa is going to have their corporate games, and then Heritage Days. We can have another community that will have all the event information linked.
I know, Josh, the calendar and the merging of calendars has been huge in your world. For years, you've wanted that part of it.
Yeah, because, I've always had to just deal with the calendar on the fridge and having to check that all the time. So, having everything all in one. But really, it's just a good showcasing of what we have because it's just kind of like Nate and I were kind of talking the other day. If you didn't get a chance to make it to one of the sports complex presentations, it was a great showcasing of what McCook has to offer. And this app is just another one of them. So like when people come here and go, well, what do you have? Well, download the app and it literally has it all for you of places to stay, eat, get your plumbing, get your, carpentry done. Oh, I want to order something. It has it all. Or I'm here for the weekend. Let me check the calendar and see what is going on this weekend.
So, Sarah, real quick, how do people get the app?
Well, we have a couple sources on our website. Up at the top, you'll see download the app. We have the Android button and the Apple button. So you just click on that and it will take you straight to your app store. or if you just search in your app store, it's called Explore McCook. It's a little burgundy with the bison on the front of it. So
very good. Check it out. Download the app today from the Chamber and Tourism. Haley, I think we picked a good weekend poll for Coffee Club today.
Yeah. So it's, do you prefer hard or soft shell tacos?
Simple, very simple. But Ben, you want to start us off? Do you prefer the hard shell or the soft shell?
Hard shell all the way.
Hard shell, yeah.
I gotta go soft.
Okay.
Definitely soft shell. Soft shell.
soft.
Josh, I know you got opinions.
Yeah, I'm a both.
Yeah.
I put the soft shell on the bottom on the plate, and then you eat the hard shell. All the stuff falls off the hard shell, makes a double taco.
Boom, new taco.
New taco. So you get the best of both worlds.
Efficiency.
Now, if you're going to ask me which one I prefer the hard shell taco. I do like the crunch, especially if it's been deep fried in something, and it's really, really crispy and falls apart. But I don't mind the soft shell, but I very rarely make it in a taco. It becomes more of a burrito for me.
Right. It's a catch-all.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Haley, how about you?
I'm a soft shell person.
Looking on our Facebook page.
Oh, those guys are all softies.
Almost all.
We only got like one hard
we
shell.
got one
there.
hard shell, two. Yep, there's a total of two that I see on there right now.
See, I know people that do the old put the hard shell in the soft shell.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Isn't that a
For the
gordita?
crunch.
Melt some cheese in between it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Stick
Yeah, and
it
I know.
with beans.
Taco John's up the street from us. They
Taco
have
Bravo, baby.
Taco Bravo. It's got both, so. But I like both, but I prefer the hard shell for me. So, very simple weekend poll. If you want to go to our Coyote Country Facebook page, you can vote there, and we'll let you know results here come Monday. Today's Coffee Club brought to you in part by Owens Odorants here in McCook. Our next topic is another fun one. What's one thing that you like and one thing you dislike about your job? And it can be anything. We're going to pick on Sarah first. She's got a hard job, and I don't want to get anybody fired here, But at the same time, I understand there's things that, you can say and probably can't say. But what's one thing that you like about your job and one thing that you don't like?
I actually really love my job. I love helping the community and the events. And as I'm preparing for Heritage Days, I think back to last year, and that's one of the things I think as I get older is to sit back and just enjoy and appreciate. And so I just remember I was flipping through photos and the little kids learning how to polka dance and just having them stare at, this is the chicken dance and this is how easy. And so that's what I really love about my job, is seeing the fun that's being had by all generations. The only thing I dislike about my job is that I feel like I can't catch up. It's so exciting and there's so much to do. I just can't catch up.
Sometimes when you're the boss, you have to delegate, and then that means so that your attention can be somewhere else, you can't participate in the thing you just delegated. And that's the hard, it's FOMO. It's fear of missing out, right?
Oh, you are the...
That's literally you.
That's literally the
That's
worst.
you to a T.
Yeah,
You are the worst with FOMO.
Yeah.
You might be worse than your daughter.
No, there's no way. All right, Haley. One thing you love, one thing you hate.
Actually,
did we get something you hate?
Yeah. It was the...
Being busy. Okay, being busy. All right, Haley.
Why'd you do this?
Well,
this is actually my idea.
How honest do you want me to be?
This is how. Why
Okay,
you
so
shouldn't leave work.
absolutely. What?
This is why you shouldn't leave work. Because then he asked me what the questions. I'm just like, what do you hate about your job?
Yeah. So I can tell you right now, I really, really like the people I work with.
I got one.
I think some days, I get frustrated. I think maybe bad communication on some days.
That's me.
And that frustrates me a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of it, actually.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there.
That's definitely me. My fault. All right, Josh, how about you?
One thing that I'll start with the worst thing, because it's not even really that bad, but I do a lot of grocery pickup because going into places when you just need to pick up one item. Say you're going to the drugstore, you're going shopping, and you're like, oh, I just need to pick up some Gatorade. And it takes you 30 minutes because people stop you.
And talk.
And I'm an easy person just to stop and talk to. But sometimes even I am like...
People are going to think you're antisocial.
Which I'm not. Like, I'll talk to you in a lot of different settings.
But 30 minutes on one person and 30 minutes on another, it kind of adds up.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad... It's like I said, it's not a bad thing, but that is like... just getting stopped all the time.
It's a job hazard. You know, it is.
And the best thing about my job is you learn to love it so much that it becomes a hobby. So you're not really working. You know what I mean? Like, there's some times where, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm spent. But a lot of times it's just a hobby. Like, I never wake up going, oh God, I don't want to be here today.
Yeah.
And if I do, I just fall asleep in my chair.
Yeah, exactly. Feet up, let's go. Ben, what's something that you love? One thing that you hate about your job?
Yep. So probably the first thing that I love about my job is when we have a claim situation or, we have a situation where something goes wrong and we're able to put that person back where they were knowing that their coverage is written correctly. You hand them a check and they're like, thank you, just so happy that they had it in place. And that kind of follows what I hate about my job too is, the current market conditions and the way the insurance world is right now. We have people coming in, calling all the time, and there's nothing I can do for them. And Shane and I talked about like my review this year is that was my one thing that I hate most about this is I can't help people. It's because it's just the way the world is right now. We don't have a lot of options. And so someone comes in and they need help and I can't help them.
Yeah.
So
when that happens, that's hard.
Yep.
How about you, Shane?
It's fairly similar to what Ben talked about. I love the challenge of what we do for a living in that I can go from an agriculture related account to a health related account to a business related account. There's no 2 days the same. It's always something new. What I don't like about what I do for a living is, Nikki's probably not listening to this. She might be out walking the dog, but she calls me the inherent fixer. I'm always trying to fix something.
Yeah.
And you can't always fix something in the world of insurance. I'm dealing with the gentleman right now. He wants the simplest thing in the world. In the world of health insurance, sometimes you have to wait on companies to make decisions, and I can't speed that up, and I want to.
Yeah.
But you can't. Sometimes you got to let things happen.
To be a guy as a whole, sometimes it's like, I'll take care of it. Sometimes you don't realize what that takes to get it done.
And it's difficult. So just not being able to have total control and fixing everything you'd like to fix. So that'd be the one thing I dislike.
Michelle, I know you're here for CASA. What do you do for a living?
Easy.
So I'm the volunteer coordinator.
Okay, all right.
And so I think the thing I like most about my job is working with the volunteers. They're amazing people, because this is what they do in their free time, because they have jobs or kids activities or grandkid activities or whatever, and they're very dedicated, and I really appreciate that. Worst thing about my job, I think maybe the constant stress of wondering if Caitlin's going to get stuck in the elevator.
It's true. I get stuck in the elevator all the time.
Has this happened?
Oh, yeah.
It has.
Oh, yeah. It happens. We all get stuck in the elevator.
I have not.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably jinxed that just talking about it.
It is a very old elevator, and every time you get on it, you're like, I don't know.
The risk is up there, but not high enough to take the stairs.
Yeah,
No.
And we really appreciate it, especially like today when we're going to be moving a lot of stuff to the fairgrounds for Taco Bingo. So we're hoping it goes well today.
Yeah. Thank you, McCook Fire Department, for coming to get us out a lot. Yeah.
Do what they do. Right.
I know why you did that.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good-looking firemen.
Yeah. You think that's why
on purpose.
I'm stuck in the elevator.
Oh, no.
Come save me.
Oh boy.
Always take snacks into the elevator.
Always have snacks in your bag.
That's Haley's rule
That'd be
anywhere.
me.
Always take snacks. Doesn't matter where you're going.
Well, you never know if you get stuck in an elevator.
Right, exactly.
All right, we get everybody. Let's move on to another topic here. Oh, did you have a? What's the part you don't like about your job?
Well, there's two things that I really don't like. I don't like that we have to be here in the first place, obviously, that kids get abused and neglected. And raising money is actually one of the most difficult things I've never done it before. So with Taco Bingo, it's nice that we create an event that people want to come to give us our money. So I like that we get to have fun events.
It's interesting. You look at most people's jobs, there is some underlying passion of why they do what they do. And unfortunately, there's a couple of pieces of things they have to do to allow them to do the other part. And they're usually, and sometimes they're not even really skilled in that area or qualified in that area, but their passion overrides that enough that they figure it out. Does that make sense? Yeah. How many people are in that place? Yeah.
You lost me. I wasn't. You had a lot of hand movement there.
It must be Italian.
It was tough to follow.
Yeah, it was. I was thinking, man, and you thought about acronyms.
I love you, man. Next topic for the Coffee Club. What is advice that you still go to mom or dad for? Now, if mom or dad has passed on, what is some advice that you wish you could go? So one way or the other with the question. So, Shane, you want to start with this one?
Sure. Both of my folks are gone, but when you kind of talked about this or told me you were going to ask this question, like my mom, I'd love to go. My mom was like the keeper of all things family related, like birthdays, and I mean I'm talking extended, not just within my own, brothers and sisters and stuff like that, but and then knowing, well, they're related to them, and this is how they're related to them. And in 1957, this happened. So I wish I could go back and have that, because mom would know that, but I can't call her. I can't talk to her. And if my dad were alive, I was thinking about this because my dad passed. Olivia was born in late August of 2000, and dad passed in April of 2001. So he never really got to know the kids. And I'd love to go ask him, was I really like that growing up? Because Livy's 25 or almost 25, living in Chicago, and Dom's finishing up school in Lincoln. I'm like, I'd love to know if I was like that at this certain age. How did you not strangle me? I mean, not to. I mean, we're talking Casa, and then I bring that up. Figuratively is what I'm talking about. But
BB on the bat and a cigarette.
But I'd love to go back and ask him. How did you manage that, or how did you? Because I was the seventh of 7 kids, so there was a bunch of us.
Wow.
So it was, and I was an afterthought. I think.
Were there any rules for you by the time you?
My sisters, they talk about that. It's like, you got away with murder, know. But no, there was definitely discipline and all that. But just to lean on them for maybe parenting advice is what I would have loved to have asked and things like that. So,
Michelle, what advice would you like to have for mom and dad?
So I still have my parents, so I'm lucky with that. And I talk to them, not every day, but I talk to my parents almost every day. My parents are my best friends. Anything car related, anything like lawn care related. And if I get sick, I still tell my mom about it. I'm like, Mom, I have a cold or whatever.
Can we just raise our hands? If you're sick, do you still want your mom?
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh,
I just want her to know about it for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know if I want my mom, but
baked goods show up, that type of thing. No, that's
absolutely.
Good. How about you, Caitlin?
Everything. I call my mom for everything.
Yeah.
Day, task, everything. I do not know what I'm gonna do when she goes, and I know that I'm really lucky to still have her around, but
I call her mom too for stuff.
Yeah.
It's good. Sarah?
I would say the car, just if the car starts to make a noise, or just for that reassurance, okay, I'm not freaking out for no reason at all. So, yeah.
What was the last noise your car made?
It's not my car, it's Nate's.
Okay, what was the noise that Nate's car made?
It's making a knocking sound right now, and he's getting ready to go to Lincoln for a conference on Sunday. So I'm like, Kiwi should really. I'll get in, and I'm like, oh.
What does it sound like?
It's just a loud. Well, that I was actually in talking to. I was talking to Chris Wagner. He goes, I think Nate just needs a new car. Nate's not allowed to touch my power tools. Nate's not allowed to drive my car for a reason. So
that's good. All right, Josh, how about you?
Well, I'd actually like to ask my dad what the price of milk was back in '91 because I haven't seen him since.
Joshua Anthony.
So that'd be the first question I'd ask him.
Hey, I'm right here with you, buddy.
Where's that bus?
And for my mom, I call her for the answers I want to hear.
You already know the answers?
Yeah, but it's really good to feel somebody say it back to you. You're like, can you believe that happened, Mom? I really don't.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, I know, son. You're just. Your mind's in the right place. I know it is, Mom. So, but because if
it's not quite a sounding board.
If I ask Darcy, she's just like kick rocks.
Yeah, right. Ben, let's get you in on this. What advice do you still go to Mom and Dad for?
So my dad's an electrician, so a lot of things around the house, electrical, I'll FaceTime him and we'll walk through doing something together. I also tend to like financial stuff, should I like investments and stuff? Should I move things, with markets and stuff like that? And obviously, they're in a different world than I am. My dad's getting ready to retire, and so he probably doesn't know, but I still ask and just see what he thinks. So.
Yeah.
Does he ever make you touch the wrong wire just to give you a little shot?
That's never happened. That's never happened.
He'd like, that was for those new gym shoes you wanted back in.
Yeah. Make sure the power's off before you do that.
Haley, you got one?
I say anything, a lot of times food related. Like I'll call Mom and be like, because I want something to taste like her. So I'll be like, how did you do this? Or how do I do this?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a lot of food related questions.
I'll answer the question because I know Mom's listening from time to time. So for Mom, I go to her to figure out people sometimes. Because I'll ask her questions. I'll use her also as a sounding board, but she'll ask me questions back of things I didn't think about in different ways. And it just helps me process information from time to time. So love you, Mom. That's great. Dad, he passed away quite a few years ago. I would go to Dad if I wanted to know a secret.
Oh, yeah.
Because he could not keep a secret. If there was something going on and I thought he had a clue on what it was, a couple prodder questions. Well, I'm not supposed to say, but.
Michelle, you're supposed to ask Trin about lawn care.
Okay.
If you need lawn care questions, just ask Trin about lawn care.
My phone buzzed as soon as I answered that question, and I knew it was him.
You knew it was coming.
100% sure he was listening.
Oh, that's really good, really good. Next question for the Coffee Club here this morning. What couples thing do you prefer to do by yourself? Who wants to go first?
They say, love starts in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they cook together and they laugh, they throw flour at each other.
No, they don't. That's only in Lifetime.
Yeah.
Dreams, buddy.
I hate when other people are in the kitchen with me.
You got a one-butt kitchen, too.
Right. And when we're trying to cook together, it just never works out. She's like, well, why are you doing that? Because it makes it taste better.
So my wife, she's a recipe follower. And I try to grab a little bit of seasonings and stuff, and I get the side eye so quick.
Yeah.
I have to wait until she's doing something in another corner and then slip some of the extra seasoning, a little garlic or whatever in.
You know what else gets a little flutter in my heart?
What's that?
When I am starting supper and she decides to put the dishes away. That one really grinds me. Makes me go into AFib just a little bit.
Oh my.
Who else has got a couples thing that you prefer by yourself?
So I asked Nate this question, and I'm like, I don't know. I hate the TV, yes. But I will never do a couples massage with Nate. We have never, ever done one. And he had his first massage years ago. Yeah. He was down the hall, and I could hear him talking the whole time. And so I can't relax. And so he has you'll always hear him complain about his right shoulder. And so I'm just like laying there like, is he gonna yell because they pushed the spot on his right shoulder? But he just can't relax, and so it's just the talking. I'm like, can you please just shut up? This is my me time.
Hey, Nate, I get it, man. Yes. I'm the same guy. So, all right, who else?
Just for fun, should I say lawn care?
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Sorry, honey.
Yeah. Ben, what couples thing do you prefer by yourself?
I don't know if I got an answer. I was trying to think of one.
Okay, raise your hand if you do. We'll come back. Shane?
Got it.
Oh.
I'd say watching TV shows together.
Oh.
They're nice and all, but, it takes a lot of time to get through because, busy schedules. And I'd rather just watch something on myself. That way I can watch it at my own rate.
Yeah. I get that a little bit. My wife and I, there's shows that we watch together, and then shows that I watch when she's working on her computer. But the other day, she was working on her computer, and she said, "What are you watching without me?" And I'm like, "You don't like this one. I know, but I know the story." And
oh man, that's Grey's Anatomy to a T.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause, like I'm in the living room when she's watching Grey's Anatomy. And so you start to follow the story a little bit. Like, even though, like, I'm like, it's Grey's Anatomy. Sometimes when it gets exciting, you're
this is how men get hooked on The Bachelor.
Yeah. It's true.
All right, last call. What couples thing do you prefer by yourself? Everybody good?
Probably. Nikki and I have learned that it's probably best that I watch Denver Bronco games by myself.
Gosh, that's a sad fight, isn't it? That's me too.
We're coming around. No, it's and like she and my daughter are huge Swifties.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
It's
it's their thing, right?
So they're Kansas City fans now.
No, not really. I mean, if they are, they don't voice it. And they watched, they live streamed together. They'd watch some of those concerts, on their iPads and stuff, and kind of have Swiftie parties when they were watching that. And they were fortunate enough to go to one of the concerts. But I do sports pretty much by myself, and she does concerts and stuff by herself like that. So.
See, being a Broncos fan myself, whenever I have him on TV, Darcy has taught Cordell to say, "Boo donkeys." And so now anything that is orange and blue related, he thinks it's the Broncos.
Oh, that's too funny.
Well, we're actually a little ahead of schedule here, so we're going to do a couple of the games before we get to birthdays. If you got a birthday or an anniversary that you want to get called in, 345-5598. You can also post those birthdays on our Coyote Country Facebook page, live stream, and Josh monitors that a little bit, and we'll try to get that on for you.
Apparently, Michelle doesn't know lawn care at all.
No.
You're getting thrown underneath the bus here.
I really am.
Fighting.
All right, so our first game here today is which came first. So I'm going to give you two things. You tell me which one is older, okay? Let's see. Ben, you're going to start. Which one's older? Hershey's chocolate bar or the Reese's peanut butter cup?
I'm going to say Hershey's chocolate bar.
Yeah, pretty easy. Want to take a stab at what year Hershey's chocolate bar came out?
1897.
Pretty close, but 1900.
Ooh.
The peanut butter cups came out in 1928.
It took 28 years to develop
the Reese's.
The love language.
I think so.
I have a fun fact about that.
Yeah?
I used to live in New Jersey. I lived right down the street from the Hershey's factory. So in the morning when they would melt all the chocolate, I will tell you, waking up to the melted chocolate smell every morning was the highlight.
Does that ever get old?
No, it doesn't. And I actually really miss like that smell. It was the coolest thing ever. But when you drive out of the complex that I lived in, it was the Hershey factory right there. And you see the M&Ms and you're just like,
All the Sriracha factory people are mad. they're jealous of the chocolate.
Yeah. Shane, you're up.
Okay, what do we got?
Google or Facebook? Which one is older?
I think Google is.
Google was
97.
What?
97.
Close, 98.
I say it was right when I was born.
Facebook was probably like 2000.
Google was 98. Facebook was 2004.
Yeah.
2004. Okay, Michelle, BMW or Mercedes?
which one's older?
Yeah, which one's older? Which one?
I have no idea. I'm going to say BMW.
BMW was 1916. Mercedes back in 1900. So Mercedes and chocolate, same year. That's a big year. All right. Sarah, Pop-Tarts or Eggo waffles?
I would say Eggo waffles.
You are correct. Take a stab at the year.
1970 something.
No, earlier than that.
50s.
I'll give you this. Pop-Tarts was 1967. So how old are Eggo waffles?
Probably
1940.
55. Somebody say 55?
Yeah.
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 Very good. Okay, Caitlin, I got one for you. The iPhone or the iPod? iPod, she says, yes, 2001. iPhone was what year?
2008.
Close. 7. 2007. Haley, you got the last one here. YouTube or Yahoo?
Yahoo.
Yahoo was 1995 and YouTube was 2005. So 10-year difference on those two.
Could have been a trick question. Could have been the Yahoo drink.
Yahoo!
No, I think that's Yoo-hoo.
Oh, you.
Yeah, pronounced Yoo-hoo.
So close. Birthday's coming up, 345-5598. If you got anybody with a birthday today through the weekend, all right. Spinoff quiz. I'm going to tell you a TV show. What was the original? What did it spin off from? Okay. Let's go. Ben, we'll go this order. Ben, Better Call Saul. What was it spin off of?
Was it pre-91?
You know, come on.
Ben was born in what, 90?
Bad, wasn't it?
Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. Okay, Shane, you're up. House of the Dragon.
Oh, I no clue. I don't know that one.
Caitlin knows.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah. Let's see. Michelle, The Good Fight. Spinoff of what show?
I don't watch television. I have no idea what that even is.
You're better for it. The Good Wife is what it's a spinoff of.
Good one. I don't even know if I would have known that.
Okay, this is too easy, but Haley, Young Sheldon.
Oh, yeah, Big Bang Theory. Jeez.
That was painful to watch.
It was. It was right there and it just wouldn't come out.
Sarah, this one's really hard. Law and Order Special Victims Unit, spinoff of what?
Law and Order.
Yes.
Thanks for the easy one.
Who else wants? I got two left. Who wants them?
Just do them random.
Okay,
Yeah.
random. Andor.
Oh, that's
Truffles.
No.
That's part of the Star Wars.
Star Wars. Very good.
It's Lindor.
And then last one,
Lindor truffles.
It
Yeah.
sounded the same.
give like a 5 count before you answer because we talked about this yesterday. Boston Blue is a spinoff of what?
Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods. Very
That's not out. It's not out yet. It's going to be coming out 2025,
I had
2026.
no idea, but I just guessed because I
Yeah.
figured that's probably what you talked about yesterday.
Yeah. So
Well, we work too.
It's like an everyday occurrence.
Donnie Wahlberg is going to star in Boston Blue as Danny Reagan, who goes to Boston, transfers to Boston, and then I think there's a romantic interest along with. How did they put that?
No. He gets a new partner
Yeah.
because him and his current partner that they ended Blue Bloods with, he asked her out, remember?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, yeah. Did you not watch that
Yeah,
part?
yeah, it was at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the rest of that. The Blue Bloods. I really liked that one. Sorry to see it go. Time for the birthdays and anniversaries For today, February 21st, we'll do 22nd and 23rd also if you know anybody celebrating a birthday. Haley, you want to start with our birthday list?
Sure. I have Cody Broomfield and Trisha Moore has a birthday today.
Josh.
I got Duke Ebert, also Cody Broomfield, James Teal, and my cousin Hannah, John Chatwell, and then my niece Jaders. She turns 4 years old today. It's happy birthday, Jade.
Keegan Reese, Jamonica Disser has a birthday today. Happy birthday. Brian Kincaid, Ellie Drecke, Charlie Capel, Chad Olson, Cody Broomfield, Charlie Clough, and Zach Randolph are on my list. Do you have any weekend birthdays, Josh?
Probably.
I have a birthday for today.
Yeah, go ahead.
Danica Irvin.
Where's she from?
She is from Cambridge.
Very good.
Turning 18.
18 years old.
My mom's birthday's Monday. Coming up.
Happy birthday. Let's see. I've got a few weekend birthdays. Rick Luce, Ethan Casper, Caleb Shaw, Tyler Loop, Cody Gerlach, Peyton Rambley's got a birthday this weekend. Maverick Fanning and Mitchell Sheets, Ryan Hickson. That is my list.
You hit mine pretty much.
Got all yours? Somebody's got to win these cool prizes.
A donut from Ember's Bakery, ice cream from The Scoop, a sandwich from Jimmy John's and Coca-Cola.
Who's the birthday winner?
Let's go. Which one did you say?
Danica Irvin.
Danica, happy birthday. Very good. And stop by and pick up those prizes here sometime today or Monday. Well, that's going to be about a wrap for Coffee Club. Let's do a quick little recap, reverse order. The app to be downloaded for McCook, where do you find it?
On your app store, look for Explore McCook. It's a little burgundy box with a bison on it. And if you have a business that you want listed, all the way from if you're a little photographer to a cake baker to handyman, please reach out. It's all about connecting the resources.
Did we get the QR codes?
We have some posters hanging around town. Look at the chamber website. That's another place. I know the newspaper has been having a couple items too. And then on our Facebook page, we have a QR code too. So
that's really cool. All right. I've downloaded it so you can be cool like me. Well, okay, never mind. But
Hey,
download
buddy.
the McCook app, right?
Hey, nice haircut.
Thanks for noticing.
I thought it was a little shinier this morning.
I love you people. Coming up tonight, Taco Bingo. Stepping in the mic there. Let's.
Yes, please come
promote
see us
this.
tonight for Taco Bingo. Tacos start at 5 o'clock. Bingo starts at 6, and it's going to be a really good time.
And then to kind of finish things out, if you like a quote for insurance, to see how things work out, get a hold of Edgewater Insurance here in McCook and Binkelman. What's the best way to do that?
You know, you can call us in McCook here, 308-345-6690. And you can get a hold of me, cell phone 308-340-6639 or edgewater.biz.
What are some of the big deadlines coming up here pretty quick?
Sales closing date for multi-peril spring seeded crops, March 17th, 2025. Get a hold of us before then. If you want localized service, reach out to Ben or I, and we can help you out.
Very good. That is Coffee Club on a Friday morning, 21st day of February, here from Hometown Family Radio's Coyote Country. Happy
Weekend Eve.